Buona giornata and welcome to my channel. My name is Stefania if you are new here. So today I went to the Morphe store and waited in line. Besides the point though, I did pick up the Jawbreaker palette as well as one of the Skin Frosts, right? Yeah, the Supreme Frosts and some lippies. So I am super excited to jump into this Jeffree Star collection first impressions review, see what we think. Don't forget to subscribe before we get started. I really appreciate you guys. You make me stand in line for these releases, that's for sure. But I just love to share, I just love to do my makeup with you guys, really. So let's go ahead and dive into this video. And yeah, let's stop talking. Let's put this on the ice. Okay, so first off, I do want to go ahead and show you guys the palette before we get my grubby hands in here. I love this outer packaging. The box carton is obviously white, and then this is the Jawbreaker-ish. Speaking of Jawbreakers, I don't like them. I never have, but we'll get into more of that later. Anyways, so this is the outer packaging. I really like the size of this palette. The Blue Blood palette and most of his palettes are so chunky and big, and although they're pretty to look at, realistically, I put them underneath a counter and then I forget to use them because I can't store it like on my bathroom counter, or you know what I mean? So I'm really happy that, yes, it's still a big palette, but it's nice and thin. It doesn't have that bulky packaging. You do get quite a bit of shades. Usually his palettes are smaller, so this was a few dollars more, but I feel like we'll see how it goes first, before I give my thoughts on that. But this is what she looks like unused. Super excited. Really nice mirror in here. I would recommend, I opened this up in store. It didn't have a protector in it, which was kind of weird. But I always check my palettes now while I'm waiting in line, whether it's at Sephora or Morphe or wherever, just to make sure none of the shades are broken. Because that's happened to me quite a few times. And I'm gonna be honest, I used to work for UPS and no one cares if your package says fragile. It's just, you chuck it, you get it in the truck, and that's just how it goes. So I do recommend, if you can, check your palette while you're in line, just to be on the safe side. But we were all good to go. So let me zoom you guys on in and let's go ahead and put this on the eye. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I'm just looking and I'm like, there's a lot of options. So we're just gonna play with some color and see how it goes. I'm gonna take Wow, which is the yellow shade first. And ooh, the mirror is very nice and big. I really like that. I did prime my eyes with some Shape Tape, and then I don't know how the fallout's gonna go, so better safe than sorry. And we put some powder underneath. All right. So I'm just gonna go in with this yellow and see how that goes. We'll just see if we can build them up. I took a look at the Supreme, the Brain Freeze palette, and I just tried to control myself because I was like, well, it looks nice. The colors, I was like, I can wear 3 out of the 6 shades in here. And then I tried to justify it to myself because I was like, well, if it's 3 shades I can wear all the time, well then that breaks down into a little bit less than $15 a piece because the palette is $40. So even if I don't use the other 3 shades, it's still a good deal. And then I was just kind of stop talking. No, you're going to think about it for at least the full week and then maybe you can get one. I was not expecting myself to get the Supreme Frost. I thought I was going to choose the palette, but then I swatched it and it was all over. I was like, I need it. All right, now we're gonna take Cute, which is almost this. It's I don't know if it's a blue or a green. There is some powder kick up for sure. Just so you guys know. So far it hasn't fallen on my face, which is more what I was worried about. So that's good. Just gonna kind of deepen it up. But yeah, the Brain Freeze palette was really pretty. The one thing I didn't like is the packaging on it. I understood what he was saying, with the whole drink and ices thing. I was never that into ices. I am a chocolate girl. I am definitely not a other type of candy girl. I just want some chocolate. Give me dark chocolate with almonds, yes. But everything else, I'm like, nah, I don't need that. All right, so this is building up nice. It's a nice blue. I am going to show you guys some comparisons. I do think like part of me was just like, I feel like you had to include blue in like a rainbow-y type palette, but at the same time, like Soaked is probably pretty similar to one of the, you know, the few of the shades are probably similar to Blue Blood. And I don't have Blue Blood anymore because they sold out and one of my shades is broken when I took it back. So, but I do want to compare it to a few shades in the Thirsty palette. Like the yellow, I feel like is definitely not the same. This is a little bit deeper of a yellow than I thought it was going to be compared to the way it looks in the pan. I'm going to go over it one more time. I have my little color switch thing here, in case you're wondering. So, now we're going to go in with Sour, which is that green shade. I kind of wish it was mint. I love mint shades, but that's just my like personal preference. We'll see. I don't want it to be the same exact color. Okay, no, it's definitely showing up a little bit more greeny. But it's like a unique green. It's definitely not a green that I see in a lot of palettes. I will say I'm very happy that he included a brown shade in here, just because you could still reach for it for like neutral looks. And if you're scared of like playing with color, at least it's something in there that's a little bit different that like you can still do everyday type looks with it and then just add a pop of color. All right, so next, I feel like I still want it to be a little bit darker on the outer crease. So I'm going to take the shade Toasty, which is the brown in the palette. I was going to try not to use the brown in the palette, but I don't feel like the pink or orange is going to go that great across. So I'm going to just do what I want to do, okay? And speaking of doing what I want to do, if you don't like my hair, that's okay. Let me live my moment, you know? Because my natural hair, oh geez. I woke up today and I looked like, what is that movie? Like where he yells freedom? Like I looked like Mel Gibson with a mullet. Like my hair curls overnight because it's so hot and it's so bad. Like even Nick was just like, oh my gosh, you do. And I was just like, shut up, just stop talking about it. It is what it is. And if you hear my stomach growling, my body's eating itself right now. One more week. One more week. And then I'm gonna eat like there's no tomorrow. I'm so excited. Okay, so the brown's nice. It's definitely buildable. Everything's very buildable. It's blending out super well, like really nicely. Let's go back in with Sour. Just because I do want this to be a colorful look. I don't want the brown to like overshadow it. And sometimes that's what's hard about first impressions, because I feel like I like to practice colorful looks and like really test it out before doing it on camera, but obviously like first impression wise you can't do that. The brown is almost like a gray toned brown. It's not like a chocolate brown, you know? So I mean, I like it so far. We're also gonna just kind of keep building these colors up just to make them a little bit brighter. But so far, not bad. Not bad at all. I can't wait for him to, like the concealer and the setting powder really impressed me, and I can't wait for him to do more of like blushes or bronzers or just more face products. I feel like he's gonna do such a good job in those. All right, so really lightly, just because I want to bring some lightness to the eye, I'm going to grab Virgin, which is the very white shade in the palette. And lightly, I'm just going to, whoa, that's a nice white. Usually whites are like disappointing in every palette, I feel like, but that's nice. All right, so I'm gonna move to the lid and then I will probably still do a little bit more blending if I need to. Okay, so I went ahead and cut my crease with the ColourPop concealer. I wanted to kind of use a white to have it jump off. I do a Drug Lord, but I didn't feel like I really needed to like use that much since I'm not going to go in with like crazy shades. I'm going to go in with Snack, which is this like rose gold pink, and then probably this shade over here, Jawbreaker. So let's take Snack first. I did wet my brush. One thing I kind of missed, I loved the Thirsty palette, like the shades in that, like the formula he used. And then it went away. So I'm like, what happened? Did you not like it? Like, I don't know. I liked it though. I still like his shimmers. I would say like there's a lot of colorful palettes on the market right now. So if you were thinking like which one to get, I will do some comparisons after as far as like his palettes and stuff, but like I do feel like these are blending out really nicely into each other, and it has some more unique shades than just a typical rainbow palette. So I like that. It's not just kind of the same colors, like same range, but not the same colors. And then I do have the James Charles Morphe palette, and although that has a lot of colors, I've said this before, I still think these shimmers, like Jeffree Star shimmers, are much better than Morphe's. I just don't like Morphe shimmer shades. Their mattes are fine, but the shimmers, I don't know why they bug me. They just don't ever do what I want them to do. This is a really pretty, like, I thought it was gonna be a rose gold pink. It's just a really nice, like, shimmery, like, girly pink, you know? I feel very girly in this. So now I'm gonna go in with Jawbreaker. Just kind of more in the inner corner. I'm not gonna lie, I was really nervous to like film this today because you guys tore my other, not you guys in particular, but like people in general like tore my other Jeffree Star like lip gloss review apart. Like I usually don't let comments get to me, and that was a rough one. Like I had a girl just being like, you're never gonna make it on YouTube because of the way you look, like your hair, your nails, like you just don't present yourself in a, and I was just like, geez, like who spit in your bean curd, you know, like what did I do to you? It's a lip gloss. Like but anyways, okay, I love this Jawbreaker shade. I am a sucker for shimmery whites with a little bit of like that gold yellowy tint. This is really pretty on the eyes, like all right, let's see how. All right, so I am back, I think. So I put a little bit of Fresh from LA Girl in the waterline. I've been dying to use that. I ended up finding it on Amazon. But like I said, I love teal, so I'm very happy I finally found it. Anyways, I think like I could go in with the green and make it very nice and cohesive. However, I still want to use more shades. So I think I'm going to take, I'm deciding if I want to do a purple underneath the lash line, like that lilac purple, or the bubblegum pink. I think let's try halfway with the bubblegum pink and see how that shows up. Oh, so far though, I'm super impressed. There's been no fallout, which I'm very like surprised about. Not that like his other ones have horrible fallout, but I'm surprised to like this colorful. I'm like, what? It's probably dog hair on my face. Like, what is that? I thought there was gonna be more fallout for sure. All the shades, they're not like that strong like pow. Like I like that they're all buildable. They're not necessarily like you're going in and gonna be like super like crap, what did I do, you know? All right, so that is bubblegum. I don't need it to be super smoky. I think I'm good for right now. And then we're gonna take Gumdrop, which is the purple. And just take a ton. Oh, that's pretty. That lilac tone. Oh, I like that. I like that with the pink. Okay, I think I put as many colors on my eyes as possible to where it doesn't look too crazy. Let's go ahead and do some swatches, and oh, actually, let's go ahead and use the face products. Let's not do that. All I could think of when I was using that Gumdrop shade is like, now I'm just like, not the Gumdrop buttons. I have not watched Shrek in forever. So we are going to use this Diamond Wet. Look how pretty that is. This is like, I don't know. I usually stay away from highlighters like these where I was like, I don't like pure glitter. But then I put it on my face in the store and I was like, okay. So we're gonna go in with a brush, which I think gives you a much lighter application, like not a so crazy one. It's kind of like if you were gonna use like Fenty's Diamond Bomb, but just like more intense. So even though it looks kind of goldish in the pan, it doesn't really have a base to it. So it's a good like one where you could reach for as a topper. Like that's freaking pretty. You guys know I love my wet set from like Kylie Cosmetics, I have to say. And this kind of reminds me of the same type of formula. Like, I love a wet looking highlight. That's what she said. I know. All right. So, ooh. Yes. This isn't one I would put all over. Like, we can put a tiny bit on the Cupid's bow, but definitely with highlighters like these, I'm kind of just more like just in that area because they are so glittery. I don't want glitter all over my face. All right, and then let's grab this color. I got the shade Fully Nude. I know, surprise, surprise, I took the nude shade, but I just wanted one that I was gonna wear quite often. I always forget that like his lipsticks are eye safe, so you can use them as liners, but most of the time I forget. So I did want to show you guys some of the swatches close up. So these are the reds of the palette and of the Jawbreaker palette, and then similarly you have the Blood Sugar palette, which definitely has some similar tones. So I wanted to kind of show you guys the difference because I feel like this shade, like Fresh Meat, is going to be very similar. Yeah. And then what other shade am I thinking? Fresh Meat, Cherry Soda is another one we'll swatch. There we go. And then Prick. And then as far as like the shimmers, they're a little bit different. Blood Sugar we'll swatch right next to And What, so that you guys can see the shimmers against each other. But as you can see, like, there's a lot of red tones. I thought this was going to be very similar to the Thirsty palette, when really I think these are definitely a lot of reds, which is great if you love red, but I just thought I would mention that some of the shades are fairly similar in both palettes. So not exact matches, but pretty freaking close, you know? So it's kind of up to you. I feel like you have enough shades in here to where that's really not an issue. This is so gonna get dirty. My hands are like stained red right now. But you have so many shades in here, so I wouldn't say that like you shouldn't get it because there's reds in here as well as the Blood Sugar palette, but just know that you are going to get similar tones. I'm assuming the same thing with the Blue Blood palette. But overall, I'm pretty happy with this. If you were looking for a colorful palette, I did want to kind of show you guys some options. Yeah, if you were looking for a colorful palette, my favorite is probably this one right here by Be Perfect Cosmetics, the Stacy Carnival palette. This one is very nice and wearable. It has your pops of color, but then it has like these nice highlights in there. So just to kind of give you some options, this one has a lot more like neutral shades as well, but I don't love the shimmers as much as I love the shimmers in here. Like these shimmers, just, they do more for me. They do a lot more. I'm gonna swatch, let's swatch something that we haven't yet. Let's go with Cotton Candy. I'm very excited to use this hot pink. I really wanted to. But look at that. That's gorgeous. But overall, I'm pretty happy with this palette. I wouldn't say I have any complaints. All the shades were very buildable. They definitely didn't go on with a punch, which I really enjoyed because I feel like I'm just better at building. Yeah, so if you are not into glitter, I definitely would pass on the Supreme Frost. As far as the other palette goes, I did swatch it. It was nice looking. I was just kind of like toned down. I gotta go out of town next week and I want some money, so I tried to control myself. But overall, I mean, I didn't feel like you raised the price too much. I believe this was $58, which is not bad at all for the amount of shades that you're getting. I feel like it was worth the price. Obviously really think about if you're going to use the colors. Like I said, I feel like it doesn't necessarily represent every single, like, it's not your typical rainbow eyeshadow. Like the greens are a little bit more unique. Like a lot of the colors and shades are really, like, I don't actually have them in a rainbow palette. So overall, I am very happy with everything I got. I love this lip shade. It's not as nude as, like, you know, the way it says Fully Nude. Like, it's definitely more of a pinky tone. Like, I wouldn't even necessarily call it a pink nude. It's just, it's a pink lipstick, okay? But that is it for me. Let me know if you guys picked up this palette, your thoughts. I want to know everything, but nice things, you know, positive things. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you want me to do another look with this palette, let me know which shades you want me to use. I'd be happy to do that. Like, I really want to use this purple shade now all over the lid. there's so many looks you can do with this palette. It really is endless. Yeah, that is it from me, guys. I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe before leaving, and I'll see you in the next.